Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to IG Nova. New video related to checkpoint, worksheets, topical papers. We have here today thermal and power stations, all structure questions. You need to study hard for starting a worksheet like that. Let's start and dig in this. First question. Solar water heater pipes are often painted black. Why? For a solar water heater, pipes painted black? Because if you remember, black is a good absorber of radiation, and the heat comes from the sun in form of infrared. You can, by the way, for structure questions, we don't limit you with the accurate answer or just as a book. No, you have to explain the words or the sentence in your own words. So you have just to understand these papers like that. Question 2. In a refrigerator, the freezer compartment is usually at the top. How does having a freezer at the top helps keeping the refrigerator cool? I can explain this in many ways, but I prefer to present your refrigerator and a cooler unit here. What's happening? The freezer cools down the air, the cooler air, or the colder air become denser. By becoming denser, it falls down to cool the whole refrigerator. Easy and solvable. Due to convection currents. Question 3. How does wearing woolen sweater help keep you warm on cold day? Here, you have to understand one of misunderstanding concept ever for the physics about heat, which is when you wear a woolen sweater, it's not prevent cold to enter your body. What it makes? It traps heat of your body. There is a big difference. Why? Because your body is warmer. So, as your body is warmer, that means you prevent the woolen sweater prevent heat leakage of your body, not preventing cold not entering your body. Your heat escape out of you. So that's why we wear a woolen sweater to prevent this heat. Question 4. Some hot coffee is sealed inside a metal cake. The can is placed in a vacuum of outer space. The coffee will slowly cool down. How does the thermal energy leave the cake? Conduction, convection, radiation, and explain why. Explain your choice. C. While you have a cane here, so this cane contains a liquid. This liquid doesn't move inside the cane, so it will prevent convection. No convection happen. Okay. About conduction. Is the conduction happens here? Yeah. It happens at the walls of the cave. But while the wall can become heated because of conduction, they will release in vacuum as or in form of or by radiation. So the main reason for for releasing heat is radiation. This is the main reason now. Question 5, for students are discussing which expands more when heated, a metal bar, the same volume of water, or the same volume of air. Surely it's air. Why air? Because it's a gas, and the gas is less uh, that has the least intermolecular forces, so easy to expand. Let's see what he asked me about. Student A says solid expands the most, not the one. B says liquid. C says gas. D says none. So C is correct. They all expand equally. Who's correct and why? Why? Because C is correct. And why? Because gas molecules are totally free. They can expand or move as they want. They don't have to be packed or tied up. Question 6. With air balloon rise after air inside this heater. Explain this using the idea of density and convection. You guys just gonna explain density of hot air decreases. So try this up and cold air cools down as it's denser, and by this convection current happens. You can explain with any sentence that can shows your answer, shows your understanding. That's it. Question 7. The diagram was floating devices connected to pistons or air chambers that moves with a wave motion. This is the wave power station. Chamber, turbine, air column, seafloor, ocean, and motion pumps. While the water hits the chamber, okay, goes in, hitting here, with air column moves up and down. That makes turbine spin connected to generator. Describes the type of energy transfer taking place as the wave moves. As the wave moves, so you have here kinetic energy of, you can say, of waves to kinetic energy or mechanical energy also accepted. Mechanical energy of of turbine to electrical energy of generator. So this is how energy can be. Explain why this power station must be placed in open ocean, not near calm beach. For calm beach or open ocean, or open ocean because waves are strong. That's powerful enough to produce kinetic energy, which will be the higher. Question C. Suggest one advantage and one disadvantage of this type of energy source. One advantage, it's clean, renewable. One of disadvantage, and it's one of threats, by the way, they are very expensive to be built. This one of disadvantage for most of renewable resources. Renewable resource power stations. Okay. Question 8. A wind turbine spins goes over its blades. Here, one turbine, what's happening here? Explain how the kinetic energy of wind is converted to electrical. So, kinetic energy of wind meets turbine spins. This turbine connected to generator. The generator produce or release generate electricity. This is the message. Turbine is a common factor of most of set. Only one with no turbines is the solar cell, solar pods. Question B. Describe two factors that affect how much energy the wind turbine can produce. We have many factors, but the most to know first one is the wave speed. While speed moves faster, means the kinetic energy will be higher that need more spinning or higher spinning that connect to generator and produce more electricity. Second thing is the blade size that makes uh, more catching of air, more catching of the wind when you have a larger blade. Question C. Why are wind turbines usually placed in open areas or at high altitude? Must be because the wind at higher altitudes will be stronger. And which are the reasons for high altitude of wind farm? Question 9. In the diagram, tidal barrage is installed at the river mouth. Here, while the river mouth, turbine exit and the barrage here. Water flows in and out as the tide changes. Tide scene. Describe how tidal barrage power station use both incoming and outgoing tides to generate electricity. To generate electricity by tides, the base reason is tides meet turbine spin, and the turbine connected to generator to produce or to generate all power stations related to water connected with built with the turbines connected to generators to generate electricity. Question 2. Identify one environmental impact this power station might have on the sea life and our environment. By building power stations, they can disrupt the movement of sea animals. Most of sea animals, of some of sea animals like turtles, dolphins, and fishes, already they use the short area to migrate or breeding. So by building tidal power stations, those animals will face a big problem. Second thing, they can change the water flow and sediment movement, which is can affect on habitats surrounding and ecosystem. Okay, or salt marshes also. So this one will emphasize all about. Question 10. Use hydroelectric dam diagram above this figure to fill the blanks. Wire, dig, pin stock, turbine, generator, powerhouse, river, always. Water stored in the reservoir has which type of energy? While it has in the reservoir, must at a height, so it's a GPE, gravitational potential energy. As the water flows down, the penstock it has, while it flows down, so kinetic energy exists. The turbine converts the flowing water energy into, we say it's a mechanical energy, one of the advanced question he may ask, or he cannot ask for checkpoint question like that. And the generator that produce electrical energy. Okay. By this, we are done now with this worksheet. Hope you get some benefit. See you next time with IG Nova with more worksheet of checkpoint and IGCC. See you next time. Assalamu alaikum.